What is going on with the market today? See, I've been in this game too long, and when something starts really shooting up really quick, normally there's trouble afoot. But is this one different? Let me explain. One, Tesla. Straight up right now. And that's because over the weekend, Trump said that he's going to more or less roll back all these regulations that was holding back this whole full self-driving future that Elon has been wanting forever. And as someone who has multiple Teslas, one having FSD that I bought all the way back in 2019, one thing that I noticed over the last 5 years is that, yeah, it's moving really slow to have this adoption rate with full autonomy because there's just too many regulations. And to be honest, I kind of get it. I see it. The software, it isn't there yet, but that doesn't mean it won't be there in the future. But now with Trump coming in as the president, he's now committing to letting go of some of these stricter regulations under this whole self-driving process. And that does wonders for Tesla because Elon said, if you don't believe in full autonomy, then get out of the stock. Well, seems like Trump is now believing in full autonomy, or maybe he's helping him out because Elon helped him out during the election. If I had tinfoil right now, I'd be putting it on because this is starting to look a little skeptical. Listen, credit where credit is due. Elon bet the whole house on Trump and he won. So yeah, he's gonna reap those benefits. But that right there, that volatility, oh my God, anxiety driven really, because had it gone the other way, if Kamala would have won the presidency, I could have seen Tesla stock going, you know what I mean? So congratulations, Tesla, sincerely. And all you guys who are invested in Tesla, congratulations. This is awesome for you guys. At the worst of the worst for Tesla stock a couple years ago, I was sitting pretty still because I invested so long ago. So it's kind of cool to see people who came into the game later being able to get some of these rewards now. And maybe you should think about cashing out. But if you want to ride this wave, I totally get it, because maybe a lot of you guys a little bit younger didn't experience all the other volatility that happened in the 2010s. So to you, you're like, yep, to the moon, just like Doge, just like Bitcoin. And let's talk about Bitcoin for a second. Holy crap, this thing is going up too, because Trump said he wanted to be the first president to fully embrace crypto. Now granted, he did say that at a Bitcoin convention, but all the same, those are his backers. So if those guys donate to his campaign, he's gonna probably wanna uphold to some of those promises he made. And he's saying he wants America to be a leader in crypto instead of following it. Now, I kind of get it. Listen, I bought some crypto back in 2021, early 2022, and then what happened? Everything just started tanking. And lessons were learned. I didn't put too much in where I was going to be hurting, but I put a decent amount where I was like, ooh, this kind of stings a little bit. But I mean, part of the course, I was kind of betting, and that's how I'm looking at crypto. It's kind of like gambling a little bit. But now I believe fully that there is no way in hell that Bitcoin doesn't go to $100,000. There's just no way. I see it happening. We're just barely getting started. Even if we were to try to taper expectations after the election, between now and the election, that's over 2 months, and these coins are just rising. Well, specifically, all I care about is Bitcoin, because whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market does, right? The problem I have right now that I'm noticing is the volatility that's in crypto, which is expected. I'm starting to see in other aspects of the market, i.e., Tesla. Now listen, if you want to try to get some of those gains, I get it. I do, because I was there at one point as well. But I've been doing this too long to know it's not going to be doing this forever. So just be careful with what you're doing, whether you're going to try to get in some Bitcoin action, Tesla action, who knows? Right now, the market is reacting emotionally because of this whole change of administration. But being a short-term investor is never a good idea, okay? That is just speculating at this point because there's no long-term data to show any of that. If you pull back and look at the long-term data a little bit, you would see that the market doesn't actually care who's the president in that moment. It's always life events that happen in the US or in the world that causes the market to fluctuate, not the presidency. But all the same, right now, Tesla is reaping the benefits of Trump winning the election, and evidently so is Bitcoin. So those things are shooting straight up, but be careful, because if it's already in the news, you're already late to the game. You buy rumors, you sell news. That's the old saying when it comes to investing. Buy low, sell high is the same thing. Right now, unequivocally, Tesla's overpriced. But who cares? Clearly, emotion doesn't care about your facts. I see you, Ben Shapiro. It's not facts care about your feelings, It's your feelings don't care about the facts, because if you did, none of this would be making sense right now. But who cares? Like, at this point, it's all short-term game. If you guys are going to go out there and do it, you're going to do it. But for me, someone who has a lot more money in the market, probably than you, I'm just going to be a little bit more conservative this time around. I got burnt a little bit in 2021, 2022. I got burnt a little bit in 2017, 2018. We all got burnt in 2020, but I actually bought in at that point because I knew it was going to get artificially stimulated at that point. So the market recovered. But good God almighty, I'm not going to play with this one. I'm going to sit this one out. There will be another bull run, bear run. Like, there's going to be another one of those again. I'm going to sit this one out and just let it play out. My strategy will stay as is, dollar cost averaging, buying into these broad index funds because they're performing well as well. And I'm just going to stay the course because it doesn't really matter what's happening within the next 30 to 60 or 90 days. I'm looking at what's happening in the next 5 to 10 years. So for me, I'm more interested in putting my investments into these growth index funds, which I did a video about and I talked about them, because growth is covering all things AI, all things Tesla, all things tech, all things whatever, anything that's having a big boom right now. I'm buying into it through an index fund. So I'm getting my Nvidia exposure and everything else as well. But the days of playing with these individual stocks or Bitcoin, crypto stuff, like, those days are done for me. I don't know. That's a young man's game. This is like a different form of getting high, because when you get those highs, whoo, man, does it feel good when you see those numbers shoot up in the market. But when those crashes come, and they do come, man, do you feel like you've regretted a lot of your life decisions at that point. But the problem is, addicts keep going back. If you're addicted to gambling, like, there's nothing more I could do for you. It takes real discipline to know when to not participate in all this. So I'm taking a more conservative approach, and I feel pretty good about that. Best of luck to everyone out there who's gonna get in on this, but old daddy Randy's gonna sit this one out and just see what 2025 has in store.